Hi guys and girls, I'm Obsidian Ant and welcome to 3307. This is where I take a look at the news and happenings in and around Elite Dangerous. This week, Elite developer Dav Stott talks about Odyssey. Salvation makes a return, some new claims, something about saving humanity. And this week's community goal is a combat-focused one. In this week's official livestream, the Frontier community team took to an Odyssey Conflict Zone with developer Dav Stott. The livestream focused heavily on combat and the moment-to-moment gameplay. However, along the way, Dav answered a few questions about Odyssey, detailing a few things that we can expect to see when the release arrives. One of the points mentioned was about settlements, which I've noticed people feel do not have enough variety. While the number of settlement variants was limited during Alpha, the final release will contain 18 variations. The story is similar for station interiors. During Alpha I saw 3 different variations on station interiors, that includes the ground interiors as well. Now this isn't counting colour variations of course, just the layouts, but apparently this number will be increased slightly for the update's release. Additionally, it sounds as though there may be a few extra mission types and maybe even some different faction states. In the end then, nothing that is going to dramatically add to or change the nature of Odyssey, however certainly some nice additions which will add to the visual variations that the update has to offer. Now on a final note here on this one, I personally wouldn't be too surprised if a new ship arrives with Odyssey. There's been speculation for a long while that the long-awaited Panther Clipper might finally make an appearance. And plenty of you will no doubt have noticed the relatively recent video from Imps highlighting that both a model and game code are available for an alternative SRV, and that they have been included in the Odyssey code. But of course, this is all a pure speculation at this point. Just because there's models in the game code, it doesn't necessarily follow that this is going to be in release. But what do you all think? Let me know in the comments section below. Could there potentially be a new ship in Odyssey? The voice of Salvation, the unusual background character in Elite, emerged a few weeks ago, sending messages that directed players to discovering the Hesperus megaship. This character has now spoken again, although this time the message arrives from a third party. Taurus Mining Ventures spoke on behalf of Salvation, issuing 2 separate points. The first, Hind Mine, the asteroid base in T-Tauri system, is now paying up to 2 million credits or 10 units of void opals to anyone who delivers the recorded logs from the Hesperus megaship. And then the second message, Salvation claims that their scientific breakthroughs will literally save all of humanity. Saving them from what is unclear, but based upon previous logs, it seems very likely this could be connected to the return of the Dredger clans. I'll be covering that particular subject in a future video, so do keep an eye out for that. Moving on to this week's community goal. It focuses on the increasing tensions between the Empire and the Federation. Open warfare has broken out between 2 factions, the Nova Imperium and the League of Mandu. The conflict has arisen due to claims that Hadrian Duval, a member of the Imperial family, has been accused of organising the recent terrorist attacks made by the NMLA. Of course, these attacks are the ones against the starports. The Federal faction has called for his arrest, and they are now taking actions into their own hands to ensure that happens. Quite expectedly, Hadrian Duval's not too happy about any of this, and claims that the Federation's attack is an invasion of Imperial space, and has therefore called upon the Empire for defence. So if you want to get involved with this week's combat-focused community goal, you can find out more details linked in the video description. Finally, the Odyssey Alpha came to an end this week on the 5th of May. I summed up some of my thoughts on the entire Alpha process in a recent video, which you can find linked on screen. Hopefully I remember the link. The full release for PC is set for the 19th of May. There's still no news on when to expect the console version, however, beyond the current release window of autumn. Understandably, many console players remain disappointed at this news, as there's still some dissatisfaction that PC players will have access to features such as first footfall way before console owners, not to mention the potential benefits that Odyssey might bring to BGS players on the PC. For now though, Odyssey release is now less than 2 weeks away, so do let me know in the comments section which features you are most keen to get involved with. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll catch you guys and girls next time.